are about to go live, and we are on Hangout on air. I'm going to post up the link here in just a second inside the Facebook group. And if you want to join us, you certainly can do that. Let me do that real quick. See if I can get it to pop up. Maybe. Thank you for hanging out with me. We are looking at a little bit of Q&A from you guys. And we're going to talk a little bit today about the launch program and what that is, what you get, what you don't get, and whether or not it would be a good fit for you. So let's talk a little bit about who I am, what I do, and what you might be looking for. So for those of you who don't know me, and you all know me because you're in the community, I'm Susan Ogilvy. I'm a certified personal trainer. I work out of a gym here in Michigan, soon to be working out of a gym in the Chicagoland area, if that is somewhere where you are near. And I also work online coaching people, primarily for weight loss and also primarily for endurance event training if weight loss is not their goal. Usually all of my clients have some kind of body composition or weight loss goal going along with what they're doing, whether they're training for their first marathon or they're training for their first triathlon or 5K or whatever it is. So the program that I want to talk a little bit about tonight is my 8-week coaching program. And what is so great about that 8-week coaching program is that you get to see a lot of the best of everything that I do, and it's in a contained 8-week format. Really what it is for people who are looking to lose weight and actually learn the habits and the lifestyle choices that help you maintain that weight loss. So the person that this is for is, like I said, someone who's looking to lose weight, someone who's ready to make changes now, and someone who has the time in their daily lives to put into not only workouts, but also some reflection, some assessment, and even some learning about what is going to be best for me, whether that's how much should I be eating every day, or that's I want to reflect a little bit about how my week's going in terms of trying to eat more protein, or putting some time into planning meals so that you're successful throughout the week. So to be totally honest with people, I try to be very upfront about the fact that it does require some daily time in your day. And with my clients who are very busy, I really say, okay, first we go through things that, how can you save time? And then also, if this is really important to you, what do you need to eliminate in your life so that you can make time for this really important goal that you have, whether that's weight loss or improving your body composition or getting more fit in your life, right? Because we're all very busy, and what happens is that we really need to prioritize. So if this is like, yeah, I'm just going to join this group, but it's an afterthought because I'm super busy, that may not be the right fit for you. We're really looking for people who are committed to making changes, and those changes sometimes take a little bit of work on your part, whether that's work in the gym or at your home place where you're going to work out, or if that is some time reading some new material, reading an article, maybe participating in the Facebook group, something like that. So we don't have any questions yet, so I'm just going to keep rolling here. What I really like to describe myself as is a health and fitness tour guide. And what that means to me is that I'm really bringing you to the most important destinations. I know what's really important in terms of what needs to happen to each person to get lean, to lose weight, and to change their body composition. I know what kind of exercise is best. I know what you need to do in terms of eating. How you get there is going to be a little bit up to you. And that's a great piece of the launch program, is that I keep a membership site, and that site really has 2 tracks for 2 different types of personalities. There are those types of people who like checklists, like action items, like to use statistics, data, things like that. And if you do, I do have a track that you can kind of follow through the 8-week program. And you can, make your checklist, do your checklist, measure body stats, not just scale weight, but also maybe body composition, measurements of your arms, your waist, your hips, things like that. And then you can measure your progress in that way. And for a lot of people, that's very, very satisfying. I would say for most people it is, but for some people it's more of a priority than for other people. And the other track is really for people who are much more concerned with how getting more fit and losing weight makes them feel, right? Or how their general big picture health is going in terms of getting more lean or getting more fit. So there's a track, depending on your personality, there's a track for you. And so that is a great piece that's pretty unique about the launch program, where I try to really address the kind of person that you are. And I want it to be a good fit for you. But the other thing is, knowing that it's going to be a commitment on your part. And one of the great pieces of the commitment is our secret Facebook group. So I run a secret Facebook group with my clients. And in that group, there is a space every day for accountability and reflection on how things went, what went well, what didn't go so well. But that is that piece of daily accountability that I provide for my clients. And for people to take advantage of it really starts to help them kind of work through, am I doing this right? Am I doing enough? Or, I really did this awesome. And the great thing about that is you're in a small group with the people who are like-minded, who are committed to the same kinds of goals that you are, which is improving their health and fitness. And you are, you're able to give each other support. I'm able to give you support. We're all able to see if you have a question. If you have a question, usually a lot of other people have the same question. So, you might have a question about the online training platform that I use, which is Trainerize. And you might say, oh, I don't know how to do this, or I don't know how to track my workouts. And maybe you just didn't find the video where it says how to track your workouts in Trainerize inside my members section. And I can easily answer that question for you. Every time someone posts in the group, I'm tagged, I'm notified. I use Facebook all day long as part of my business. So it's very easy for me to get back to you right away. The other part about that is that might help someone who had the very same question. So those are a couple of things that are really awesome and unique about the launch program. One of the main tenets of the launch program is that I really try to work in a habit-based system, because habits are really about half of what we do in life is habitual action. And about half of what we do in life is conscious action. So when you're working on these new health and fitness goals, you're going to be doing conscious action, right? You're going to be doing new behaviors, whether it's starting new behaviors or eliminating old behaviors that aren't helpful to you. And you're going to be making a lot of conscious choices. Those conscious choices, there's a limited amount of decision-making ability that we have before we hit kind of decision fatigue. And so what we're working on by working on habits is making those decisions part of just what we do, right? So they just become habitual actions. So, whether that's getting up in the morning to exercise, or that's planning your meals for the day when you are drinking your cup of coffee in the morning, it's all part of what we can make to be habits. And what's great about habits is that they stick around. And they stick around to the point where you, long after you're done losing weight, you are still maintaining those healthy behaviors that helped you get to that point and stopping the backslide. So the difference here between the launch program and, let's say, like an all-out diet program like shakes or something like that would be that when you do shakes for X amount of time, whether it's 21 days, 30 days, something like that, you don't learn any of the behaviors you need to actually maintain the weight that you're going to lose, right? And with habit-based program, you do actually learn the behaviors you need in order to, and practice them, not just learn them, but also practice them, I guess I should say. Practice the behaviors that you're going to use and take out with you once you're done with the program. Of course, 8 weeks may not be long enough for you to finish your goals. And if you want to continue working with me, you can. And if you're like, yeah, I learned a lot in these 8 weeks and I'm good, that's also fine too. You can always come back, and it doesn't matter to me. I always say I'm friends with my exes. So, you know, you could be a longtime client and walk away for many years and come back, and it's always fine for you. I find even with, I was working on some coaching techniques, and I felt like I needed to go back to my coach after not seeing him or her or him for like a year. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I need a little bit more practice. And that's fine. That's what the launch program for is. It is a space where you're going to get a lot of information, but unlike other programs, we're really making a conscious effort to practice the actions and the habits that we need to just incorporate new behaviors into our lifestyle that we want, and or eliminate behaviors that you don't want. This program is good for you if you are very comfortable with being online. If you are not as comfortable with being online, it may not be as good of a fit for you as an in-person program might be. So at this point right now, I'm not offering in-person programs, but I'm sure if you asked me, I could, I have a pretty large network. I'm sure I could hook you up with somebody who would be great in person. And if you are someone who isn't really very comfortable with doing some of the work on your own, this also may be a little bit tricky, because I would say that you have to be committed to be doing, in addition to working out 3 or more times a week, you would probably want to be committed to at least 15 to 20 minutes of reflection or assessment or some kind of organizing or planning that you may be doing, whether that's scheduling your workouts for the week on Sunday, or it's kind of planning out your meals on a piece of paper for the week or for the day for a couple minutes in the morning. Those kinds of things are going to take up time. So if you feel like you just can't squeeze one more minute out of the day, this may not be a good fit for you. However, I'm happy to get on the phone with you and talk about how can you prioritize your health and fitness and maybe eliminate or reduce some of the other obligations that you have so that you can prioritize your health and fitness. Like I always say, I'm always happy to get on the phone with somebody, message with somebody about what their goals are. And that does not cost you anything. It just is something that I like to do. And it also helps you learn a little bit more about me, so that, you know, if some point in the future you feel like you need my help, or if some point in the future you feel like you're ready to make some more rapid changes, then you totally can. I'm trying to think if there might be other questions. What do you get? Let's talk a little bit about features of the launch program. So with the launch program, like I said, it's an 8-week program. You will get a startup guide and kind of a quick start checklist to go through. You'll be sent a email setup link from Trainerize, which is my online training platform. What I'll be doing is I'll be putting in workouts for you to do. You can track them in Trainerize. There are both home options and gym options. And along with every exercise, there are videos to go along with it. And I hand select the videos. So if they're not videos of me personally, I hand select the videos to go with them. I write in the cues. I write out how many repetitions there are, how many sets there are. If there are, I work with you, checking in with you, saying, what exercises are you liking? What exercises do you not like or you don't understand? We talk a little bit about how I do my programming and why I do it the way that I do it. The programming that you'll receive is primarily strength training programming, because I really feel like that is the essential thing that's missing from most people's exercise regimen. And I also believe that that's really the essential thing that people need to get lean, change their body composition, and lose weight. And what I find is that most of my clients either are inexperienced in doing it, or they just don't think they would like to do it, and they end up liking it quite a bit. So the workouts are totally scalable. I have worked with people who can barely get up and down off the ground. Okay. My first class that I ever taught was senior chair fitness at a senior center. So if I can work with a 91-year-old wheelchair-bound person, I can probably work with you. I've worked with tons of limitations: low back pain, knee replacements, hip replacements. So I'm very familiar with all that stuff, and we can really customize your programming. Again, though, that's where it comes in that you want to give a little bit of give and take with me about something that's come up with your programming. Maybe something hurts, maybe something doesn't feel good, but I don't know that unless you're either getting in touch with me, okay, via one of the various ways that you can do that in the launch program. That would be via email. The Trainerize online training platform has a messaging capability in it, Facebook messaging, all of those kinds of things. And every week in the launch program, I'll do a video about a particular exercise that's in a lot of people's programs and talk a little bit more about it in depth, why I like it, why I think it's important, and that kind of thing. So whether that's hip hinges or split squats or something like that. So that's one of the features of something that you'll get. You'll be getting workouts. You'll have the ability to schedule your workouts. We can talk about mobility and stretching and yoga and all those things. But I find that most people are very capable of planning their own cardio activities or planning their own yoga classes. And if you're not, I'm also happy to give you some guidance on that as well. Inside the Facebook group, you'll have a daily or weekly accountability posts. On Sundays or Mondays, typically we post up our plans for the week, what are going to be your goals for the particular week, things that you're going to be focusing on. And then also I'm here to monitor your progress. Whether that you choose to monitor your progress via body measurements, or you choose to monitor your progress via a 5K running time trial. Any of those can be measures of progress, but what I'm looking to do is measure your progress and make sure that you're measuring your progress on a regular basis. And that's another measure of accountability that you get from a coach. So let me see if I can talk about some of the other features. Every week, I'll email you, get in touch with you personally about it. I'm often find myself hopping on a call with my clients just so that we can troubleshoot something. A lot of times that's a lot easier to do over the phone or over video call than it is back and forth via email or back and forth via messenger. But it's entirely up to you. I don't take on a lot of clients right now, so you get a lot of personal attention. And the last feature that you would get is access to my membership site. And my membership site is part of my website. You'll get to log in, and then you will have access to the materials inside the membership site. And that'll be, additional workouts, how to do finishers with your workouts. I've got some handouts on all kinds of things. And then, of course, those 2 tracks about food and nutrition, whether or not you're more of a measured person or you're more of a kind of global whole picture simple person in terms of trying to keep everything simple, not like simplistic. So, and that's more of me, but I know that my clients, a lot of them really like to track a lot of things, and that's great. And so I wanted to make that available to them as well. So if nobody else is on here, I'm just going to hop off. But again, like I said, if you have any questions, I'm super, super excited about this. The launch program is a great program to kind of springboard you into your starting your health and fitness goals and getting us ready in time for the summertime, with hopefully being a few pounds down or a few inches lost off the waist. And if you have any questions at all, please hit me up. You can do that via email, or you can do that via Facebook message. I'm always available to talk to people. So I look forward to talking to you, and I will put a link with my email in it in the comments below this. All right. Talk to you soon.